Welcome back to another episode of the Ambitious Journey podcast. I am Drake.
And I'm Daharan.
Hey, welcome back to the show.
Yeah. We got another one, another good one. Dude, how's your day been? Well, yeah. How are you feeling? You just,
Man, I'm still trying to get used to this East Coast time.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, we took a little vacation from the last episode, took a little break, and here we are. We were both on one, so it's okay. So.
Oh yeah, bro. Well, you went to Vegas, huh?
Yeah.
So how is that out there right now?
Bro, it's scary. It's like how
Right.
empty it is.
Oh,
It's
okay. I was gonna say, I thought you were saying like because it's like everybody's out.
No, wait. Well, it's scary also because it's like you and like crackheads. Like that's it. Like, bro, I'm not kidding at all when I tell you, like, the homeless people are everywhere right now,
Yeah.
and like there's no tourist. So like it made no sense, and I was just like, damn, y'all probably hurting because like nobody here give you nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Dude, I wondered how that was gonna go for you when you say you were gonna go. I feel like, well, you probably got into everywhere pretty easy though, huh?
Oh yeah, it was super nice. I mean, it was kind of funny too because so we got there on Wednesday, and so like nobody was there. And as we kind of like got towards the weekend, like some people were there like Thursday night, some people were there Friday, a few more people on Saturday, but then Sunday hit, and again it was just like ghost town.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
geez. But so the first day we were there, we kind of noticed like places were kind of empty. We were like one of like maybe 10, 15, 20 people in a casino. And then
Mhm.
like we were just checking them all out. We go to one of the casinos that's connected. So one casino is connected to the other, like they're partners, their buildings are connected.
Yeah. Yeah.
We walk in the first one, see a few people, and then like we notice the hallway that like of like meeting rooms, everything then connects to the other one. We walk over to the other one and we realize there's nobody in there. And we're just like, what the heck? Like we're literally the only two people in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we're just like, think they're open? And, and then I go sit
Probably
down.
the first time anybody's ever asked that in Vegas.
Literally, I sit down at a roulette machine. I played, won some money, got up, went to cash my ticket, and then like this manager comes over and he's
Yeah.
like, "What are you guys doing?" And we're like, "You guys not open?" And he's like, "No, we have started closing on Sunday nights about midnight, and then we don't open up again until Thursday at 2." We were there at we were there Thursday at like 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we were there before they were open. So then
Yeah.
I like cash out through the little machine and then like tried to go out that entrance for the closed building. And
Yeah.
we like go to leave and there's a security guard standing at the door. And he like sees us come up. He's like, "How'd y'all get in here?" Like he was like, "Man, I got this place on Fort Knox. How you get in here?"
No, we just walked in.
Yeah.
Like,
I was like, "Well, we just walked in from the other side." And he was
yeah.
like, "Oh, okay, well, probably don't do that again. We're not open until 2 o'clock." And I was like,
No, what? I would have been like, bro, don't do it again. How am I supposed to know if the door's open?
"Exactly."
Like,
I was like, "This is Vegas. Everyone's supposed to be open 24/7."
yeah, like you need to figure out. So it sounds like they're kind of like how Nashville is, where like it's just Thursday through Sunday. Like most stuff isn't open the beginning half of the week. Which I mean, it kind of it's just so dumb. It's
Yeah,
just so.
I agree.
Well, at least did you have a good time though, bro?
Yeah, man. It was. I think it was more enjoyable because there was less people because you got to do much more, and like you got to kind of see everything. You didn't have to wait in lines. It seemed like so. I was there a couple months ago, and compared to now, it seems like they even like lowered like minimums on tables and stuff like that. I think
Yeah,
just to try
yeah.
to get some business and
Mhm.
get some extra people in there. So I'm definitely could tell that. But it was kind of interesting, and I know we both work in the service industry, so something that was very interesting to me is so now they obviously they have mask policy like everywhere else does, but to go eat somewhere, every single place has to have a reservation. You have to have a reservation there,
Really?
and I haven't been able to figure that out. Like
Wait,
what?
even like fast food or just
So fast food places are all closed inside. Um,
okay,
so
okay.
the only place that so like you can go through the line inside, but you can't sit. You can go in, grab your food, but you're out.
Yeah.
It's not like they have like drive-throughs at most of those places because
Right,
it's
right.
on the strip and everything. But yeah, other than that, you have to have a reservation. I haven't been able to understand
That
how that makes sense. So if anybody knows why that makes sense or has an idea of why they would do that, please let us know.
Yeah.
I'm not
'Cause,
getting
I
it.
mean, I guess so they can know exactly how many people they're gonna have at a certain time. I guess that's the only thing I'm thinking of. Like, because
Yeah,
did they have capacity rules or no?
I think so. I think they're at like 25% or so. But I mean,
Okay.
I don't even think they're getting that based off the amount of people there.
Yeah. So I didn't even know like why uh, to do a reservation. So that means you have to look up every single place, make
Yep.
a reservation for it,
Yep.
just to go. So you can't just pop in and like just
Nope.
enjoy the
Because
place.
that's what I did the first time. The first time, or I was there like a month and a half ago, it wasn't like that. So then, first night I was there, there's a spot, no free ads, but they have best appetizer happy hour that you can get. It's like half off apps. You get like $4 off beers, like $2 off like cocktails, everything, man. It's from 3 to 6 during the week. So
Yeah.
like I definitely take advantage of that like every day because it's like, bro, I go spend $20, get full,
Hmm.
get lit, have a good time, and then like
Exactly.
you're on to the next place. So like we showed up the first day and they were like, "Do you have reservations?" And I was like, no. Like, why would I make reservations for this place?
Yeah.
And, and then yeah,
Who do
and they
y'all
were like,
think y'all are?
yeah, exactly. I was like, no. And then she was like, well, we can make one real fast. And I was like, okay, we'll do
What was
that.
then what's the point of making the rest of if I'm here right now,
Yeah,
buddy, just oh my gosh, dude.
yeah. So I'm hoping I don't ever have to deal with that at another place ever again.
Yeah.
And I hope all these other cities don't go to that because it is a pain, bro. Like,
All right. What you
hey,
got
I
any more
have to I
trips?
have to make a reservation for this time because this is the only time I can eat.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Are you what you got any more trips coming up or just
Tentative. I'm trying to make a trip, cover some stuff at the Natty National Championship game for college football, January.
mm,
Because I,
mm,
because I, that's like a week before we get this presidential change, and probably before we're all stuck in our house again. So I'm gonna try
yeah,
to
$600.
let's get into
Let's not get into it yet. Go ahead.
okay, but I mean, yeah. So I'm gonna try to make that trip. I mean, Miami's Miami, so it's not even closed.
Yeah, no.
But I just want to go. I think going to the national championship game, even if I don't get tickets, I think just going and tailgating and all that kind of stuff is
Mhm.
kind of my
Oh yeah,
idea.
I mean
So
that would be dope too. I've always kind of wanted to go to like a big game,
yeah,
and not just go in, but like tailgate it, and
yeah,
then like I've wanted to, I haven't gotten to, but I think that'd be dope.
yeah.
No, I didn't go anywhere. I was I was right here. And yeah, so when we like changed our times around a little bit, so I went over to Jonathan's, just a local dang free advertisement there, but just like a little local place here. Well, there may be a chain, but I don't know. But I went there and I started watching the game, the Eagles game, and I was like, all right, yeah, like blah blah blah. I was excited, and I thought we had a chance to win it there, and but then that fourth quarter started lasting just a little bit longer. So they were doing those 2-for-1s, and so I was like, yeah, let's just get another one. And then before I knew it, yeah, I was just like, yeah, I just need to chill. I'm gonna just so I got a pizza up there, and so after that, I just went back to the house, and I was like, I'm gonna just chill tonight. And so yeah, I didn't go anywhere interesting. I just watched the game down the street.
Yeah. Hey, you can't beat those days though. 2-for-1s
Yeah.
are that's the spot. Any place you
Oh
can get
yeah,
2-for-1s, bro.
those, dude, those are lifesavers sometimes.
Facts.
Cause you just walk in, you're like, dude, and then they're like, we got 2-for-1s. Well, great, yeah,
Exactly.
let's do it.
Yeah.
So what do you want to hop into first today, bro?
Man, I know I know some next trip is the national championship. That was kind of a big weekend. We got to see Notre Dame get smacked by Clemson, and then we
Oh,
got
this past week. Oh, you're saying like this past week?
yeah, and then we got to
Yeah.
see Florida surprise the world and keep up with Alabama.
Yeah. Okay. So on both of those, I'm not surprised by the Notre Dame thing.
Me neither.
I don't know why they continue to put them into those games. It's never good matchups. It's always one sided. They can't. It's not even that they can't. Okay, if it was like So my team, Oklahoma, we at least can put up points. We may not be able to stop you on defense. We're gonna put up some points. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like we're gonna at least give you anywhere from 24 to 30-something points, no matter who we play. Doggone, they almost can't even give you a touchdown when they play those teams.
literally.
And then on top of that, they can't give you defense. And it's like, what is the point of this game? Like, why are we watching this every time? And I know somebody's gonna say, "Well, this is the first time into the college football playoffs." Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason. And like when we did the BCS, they sucked. Like they would always get ranked super high and get
Yep.
exposed. Everybody, what happened in Notre Dame? But you know what happened?
They played a real team.
Yeah, they don't play anybody, bro. They don't. Yeah, they don't face real competition.
No, I mean, I think Alabama is going to absolutely annihilate them.
No, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if they put up 70.
No, I agree.
I would not be surprised.
I agree.
And
But
like,
that's the thing is, so before they announced the thing, they talked about what's his name? I know his last name's Kelly, coach for Notre Dame. Was it Brian Kelly? But he said that if they weren't going to allow fans, they were going to like try to like pull out of the college football championship or college football playoffs.
see, so kind of like what we talked about.
Yeah, and I was just like, no, you should probably pull out of the college football playoff because you're going to lose by 100. You can blame it on COVID if you'd like, but
Exactly. No, you're gonna get smoked. So just look at that. Clemson did that to them, and I feel like they definitely hit cruise control. Like towards the end, they was kind of like going, we got the win here.
Yeah.
So because they easily could have put up more.
Absolutely.
So I just think like, and I feel like Alabama and Clemson are kind of like on the same notch, except I don't think Nick Saban really cares. Like
no, he doesn't.
yeah,
Nope,
I think Davo kind of like takes mercy on people, and he's like, okay, you know what, you're right. We're up by 20 something. You know what, yeah, you're right. I'll just run the ball, but we're gonna let you tackle us. No, Nick Saban's putting in his seventh stringer. He's like, if you don't have 100 yards this quarter, you will never touch this field again.
Oh yeah, like, he's like true freshman. Get in there, show me what you got. Let's go.
Exactly. Like I feel like he makes those guys get in there. He's like, I will never play you on this field again if you don't. Like those dudes run so hard, like the entire game.
Well, so they mentioned that when Alabama played Auburn, they said that Nick Saban, like the Alabama football team, when they send film to scouts, they don't send it where you can see the score. So like every play counts for them. So like they don't send a highlight of a player where you see the score of the game and see its mop up time or see its first quarter or fourth quarter
right.
50. They just show the play. So you see the effort, period.
Exactly. So that just lets you know, like he's there because like, and I think that's a really good strategy too by him because like that lets your guys that are coming up when your guys are leaving because he's sending people to the league left and right.
Oh yeah.
Like those guys are already getting time. They know what's up. They know what's expected when they get that call. So it's nothing new to them. They're not like, all right, now I gotta like amp up. I gotta like get ready. No, they're ready, and they're like, oh, so now I'm the first one called instead of the fifth and sixth one called. Awesome. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I don't see this game being close whatsoever. I will say I'm proud of my team. We made it to the 6th spot. So that's kind of cool. That'll be a good game. I feel like them and A&M. I don't know if we'll
Oklahoma plays Florida in the Cotton Bowl.
They play Florida?
Yeah, in the Cotton Bowl.
I looked at the BCS thing. So it was Alabama, Notre Dame, Clemson, and
Ohio State.
Right, and then 5 was A&M, 6 was Oklahoma.
Yeah, but they don't go in order after that. It's just kind of bowl game from there. So.
I thought that was the bowl game matchup. There it was like the AT&T. Was it not? Well, are you looking at it?
Yeah, I mean on my end, North Carolina plays A&M. That's their bowl game.
Okay.
So I think that'll be a good game too. That's gonna be a high scoring game because both teams can score.
North Carolina, like Tar Heels.
Yeah, Mac Brown.
I have not watched any of their games, but I tell you this: I have never expected to be excited about a North Carolina game.
No, not until this year. They're crazy. They had like a top 5 recruiting class last year. I think they have the same. They have one of the top recruiting classes this year. So
Isn't that place where what's that guy Daniel Jones? Did he come from there? Or was it Duke?
He went to Duke.
That's what it was. Duke. Yeah. I kind of put them all like in the same
Yeah,
same.
they usually all suck.
Yeah.
But they're
But I was saying,
basketball schools. We'll say that. We'll be nice
yeah.
about it.
Oh yeah. But no, yeah. I was proud of us though because we bounced back because our season looked rough at the beginning.
Yeah.
Like those two losses, I was like, are we about to be like unranked for the first time in I don't know like 20 years? And we did drop down low, but like I thought we were gonna finish, unranked, and it was
Yeah.
insane. But no, we bounced back. Oh, what was I was gonna say something about you saying with Florida keeping up with Alabama.
Yeah. That was
Um,
surprising to me. It cost me a lot of money, but
see, I was surprised that like the game got that high. I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I was like, this SEC game is looking a lot like a Big 12 game.
no defense.
Yeah, like I didn't expect that high scoring of a game. I felt like it would be close. I felt like Alabama would be in control and like get the sure win, but I didn't expect I didn't expect that high. What was it, like 52-47 or something like that?
Yeah, it was something crazy, man. It was
Yeah. My manager, he was betting on the game, and he was like, all he needed was he was betting that Alabama got scored 51, and
mhm.
right before I was like, bro, there's no shot they're scoring 51.
And then they got it.
Yeah, I was like, they might get like into the 40s, but I was like, but I don't see 51. I was like, that seems like a bit of a reach. And then he was betting on that they would combine for 75
Mhm.
points, and so like he had like all his stuff like in like the parlay and everything. He was all excited.
Yeah, they overhit like the third quarter. I was like, wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy. But I didn't think Florida was going to score with them, man. I thought Alabama was just going to take them to the woodshed and give them the business, but they did
See,
not do it.
I haven't. I guess I hadn't really got to watch them much, but I thought for sure, like I felt like y'all could score.
Mhm.
I didn't think it would be the struggle there. I mean, it's the Alabama defense, so and I say score as in like reasonable consideration. I feel like y'all could put up a touchdown every quarter. So like, but when it came to like, and I thought y'all's defense was still kind of on par with
Yeah,
theirs, like a little
that
bit
was the best game
below.
of defense they played all year.
Yeah, so I was just like, when I saw that score just going up and going up, well, y'all had a couple of bad breaks there with like fumbles and stuff like that. So
Talk about a fumble,
yeah,
the interception where the guy just got absolutely destroyed. He like intercepted Alabama on third down,
mhm.
and like he ripped it out of the tight end's hands, starts running downfield, and the Alabama receiver hit him like Troy Polamalu or Ray Lewis, and like they should have had a funeral on the field because like bro, he fumbled, like he intercepted the ball, got blindsided, and just got destroyed. Fumbled,
Yeah.
Alabama got it, and got a free first down out of it. So
Jeez, jeez. So no, I didn't even see that play. I didn't see it.
man,
Um, well, see, like, yeah, I thought for sure like y'all would be fine now. Which I mean, I guess still in the end, that is close,
yeah.
52 to
Well,
47.
especially because Alabama was like a 17-point favorite. So, I mean, they did
Mm,
not even get close to that, won by five
yeah,
points. So,
man.
but now
Um,
Florida, Kyle Pitts, the tight end, he has declared for the draft, so he won't play against Oklahoma. I think Oklahoma can probably put up about the same amount of points as Alabama did against Florida. So,
yeah, yeah, dude, we'll have to watch that game. Because I so I don't know if I came on here and said this, but I know I said it like to somebody. Um, but like, so Kyle Rattler,
mhm.
no,
Spencer Radler.
Spencer Rattler. Why did I say Kyle?
Mhm.
Spencer Rattler. Yeah, like oh, I was a fan of his at the very beginning. Like I was
I
like,
remember, bro. You was
yeah,
riding him, bro. You was all
yeah. Like
about him.
I was like, dude, I want this dude to play. Why is he not playing? Okay, so I did say it to you. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but not
like,
on here. This I just remember this because you were all about this kid. Show me high school highlight film.
bro, like I thought he was like, legit. I
Yeah,
because just from watching like the Arizona thing, he kind of looked like the type of quarterback that we have been kind of going for, just off of his highlight stuff. And I wasn't understanding the move with Jalen Hurts, and I was like, dude, what is this? But that kid, you talk about being rattled,
yeah,
rat buddy. He is he gets so, at least at the beginning of the season, he was so shaky every time like it was like a big moment. And I feel like when it comes to like Oklahoma quarterbacks, there hasn't been many, like when it comes to big time, they make big plays.
Yeah,
It's almost like weird, like they don't really get rattled like that.
I
But this
agree.
dude, bro,
You guys have a long list of quarterbacks, man. Like you
yeah.
like go back to the early 2000s. Jason White won a Heisman.
Hmm.
I mean,
Sam Bradford,
Landry Jones was a good quarterback. I mean, you didn't think about the last few years. I mean, you had Baker, you had uh,
Kyler
Jalen,
Murray,
you had Kyler Murray.
yeah,
Um, and now, I mean, Rattler does big shoes to fill, but I feel like he's a little too like arrogant.
yeah,
Like I feel like he thinks he's like it and like
yeah.
the
Well, I
second
mean,
coming. But
bro, you don't even have to. I see what you're saying, like filling the shoes, but
yeah,
dude, you don't in that system there. That is a system team. That just look at Jalen Hurts. That just tells you he went from being a trash thrower at Alabama to what he was in the Heisman race. He finished second
yeah, he finished
at Oklahoma.
at least like top three. I don't know
Yeah,
exactly where he
like it was
finished.
like something like that. So it's like it's a system there. It's four guys in a system. You don't have to come there and think you have to like be this ultimate. You don't have to be like Lamar Jackson at Louisville. You can come and just fit in the system, and the system will show you up. Like
Mhm.
it will make you look better. So it's like, and like you said, I think he's just a little bit arrogant, and he gets rattled, bro. And like, I think he gets too worried about like trying to make like a cool play instead of the right play.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's like you have cost us games literally because of that, or made games closer. Like I don't know, dude. I could go on a rant about that for forever, but no, I think I like how they bounce back, and we won the Big 12, 13 in a row now, so that that's pretty good. That's good for recruiting, and hopefully next year when he's more mature, we can at least make a stride at the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We all know how Oklahoma does in the playoffs, so I don't know if we want to see that.
Chill, chill,
But
chill. We, bro, it's if we ever figure out defense, okay, that one year we should have beat Georgia. I still say that.
okay,
We
yeah,
were
that
up
that
by
was fair. That
doggone
was fair.
20, like 20 points, and whatever we stopped scoring. I still blame Baker Mayfield, bro. There was two times we should have scored, and he, again, just those moments, bro. And it's like there's no way we should have lost that game. If there was ever a year we should have won it, that was the year.
I agree. Again, playing LSU last year, that's tough. Like that was,
Oh yeah, no, there was no hope
but because I mean that's one of the best college football teams we'll ever see.
ever,
Yeah,
like ever, bro. When they put up 4 touchdowns on us in the first quarter,
yeah,
I was like, I was at work and I was like, oh my god. I was like, well, guess I can quit watching this game and just focus in. I can just work now. I don't even need to see this.
man, there's something, man. I don't know. We're gonna see. Next year's gonna be interesting, and we saw that. I mean, a lot of schools are getting like recruiting violations and stuff like that now, so it's gonna be
Oh
interesting
yeah.
to see how this goes. That they announced today, Florida's got a 1-year probation. Not that they're a playoff contender, but Tennessee also got some recruiting violations.
Yeah, yeah. I think what Tennessee's being investigated, and
Yeah,
then you did you say Florida actually got
yeah,
by
they got a
something?
one-year probation. So
Okay.
see what happens. I also like had no idea, but I mean, they were already prohibited from recruiting from some like Seattle area high school from like 2019 to 2021. So it's like, does it, I guess like if a violation happens, you can't go back to that school. Like, what
Yeah.
is it? You get like OSS or something? Like, what is this? Like,
Exactly. It's like also, how many people were they getting from Seattle?
probably not many. They literally are
Yeah,
in
it's
Florida.
like yeah, it's like how many got? If anything, they're just hurting those guys at that Seattle school if they were ever considering them. It's like that's my problem with Tennessee too. Why would you go all the way over there when you got this top talent right here? It just makes no sense. No
Hey, man,
sense.
doesn't make any sense. But that's also why Tennessee's trash. So
Yes, exactly. But that kind of sucks for Florida though, because what you I think you told me that they had one of the top recruiting classes.
they were up there. Yeah. I mean, I know they're like top 10. So
Does this slow up any of their recruiting as far as like can they not take on these guys?
no, I think the biggest thing right now um, is they had to pay $5,000 fine, which nothing, 1-year probation, and then there's a 7-day off-campus recruiting ban for the entire staff in the spring of 2021. So I think they just like get hurt for a week, and then they have to go to like coaching and like basically like an intervention. Like, hey, what did we learn here? Don't do this again.
Yeah. The gotta pretend like you care.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
the drugs are bad. Okay, kind of speak.
Exactly.
Like, so I don't know. It's one of those kind of things. So who knows? But I don't think it'll hurt them. Dan Mullen's a good coach and a good recruiter. So I mean, I think they'll be okay. But
also, I wanted to ask you too, bro, because again, I tweeted about this too. The college football playoffs. How do you feel about this? The system of it, not who's in it.
I think we need an 8-team playoff to be real.
Facts, bro. I'm so over. Go ahead. I don't want to take your shot.
No, I mean, I think that's a common answer. You know, people are realizing like it's going to be Alabama, Clemson this year. Like Ohio State is down. You know, they have not looked great.
Go ahead. My bad.
No, you're good.
I think if Ohio State played Clemson again, I think they get in because I feel as if they should have won last year.
Okay, but this team this year is not as good as last year's. That's the thing.
You're saying Ohio State's team?
Yeah.
I mean, what, they lost Trey Young? I say that as if like he's just a nobody.
Chase Young.
Yeah.
No, not just because of that. I mean, just the whole team is just not as good, and they haven't played as well on defense this year. A lot of points, and we all know you cannot allow a lot of points and try to beat Clemson. But I mean, it's going to be interesting because Dabo did his top 25 or whatever, and he put Ohio State down at 11.
Yeah, I saw that, and honestly, I don't blame him for that. What, they played 6 games,
but it's not their fault.
Right, no, right, but they didn't have to go through like the turmoil of 10 plus games like everybody else.
I get that, but I mean, they still won all of their games, you know.
No, what? Oh, did they won? They finished out 6-0.
Yeah.
But I think they were 5-1. I don't know. Okay, but I feel like there's like this unknown in the air of like.
But I mean, that's the year, you know. Like everyone's in that boat.
Except for like 20 other teams.
Oh, okay, yeah, but
except for all the other, I think.
Yeah, I guess like, so what, the ACC, SEC, Big 12, like everyone else is like in that same situation though.
So the Pac-12, what they have some teams that played 8 games. Their top end of teams that played 8.
So USC only played 5, or I guess 6 because of the championship. Oregon only played 6 because of the championship, and like some teams only played like 3 or 4. So like,
oh yeah. I know they have some that are super low, like, but that's kind of like the Big Ten. I think they had some teams that only had like 2 games or something like that.
Yeah, they only Wisconsin missed like 3 straight weeks.
Yeah, So but as far as the top 25, hold on, I want to look this up to be certain. But I'm pretty sure like most of those teams that are in the rankings have played like 8+ games.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, so like everyone mentioned A&M and wanting A&M to get in the playoffs.
Right.
They lost by like 40 points to Alabama. So like it would have set up a rematch against Alabama because they would have been the 4, Alabama would have been 1. We all know how that was going to go.
Dude, just okay. But okay, there's some quality teams on here, or at least some teams that should have got a shot. Cincinnati is 9-0.
I agree. Cincinnati needed some love.
Think about Indiana at least played 7, and they're 6-1.
Yeah.
Like Coastal Carolina is 11-0.
But that is a fraud 11-0. If you look at who they won, bro.
They played their schedule. That's what everybody always says. No, I played who I had. That's what Alabama has the freaking worst over the past few years. They had one of the worst schedules, but every time they throw in 2 SEC teams, they give them an A+ because those teams are high ranked at the time, and they beat them, and they say, "Oh yeah, it's a great schedule." So it's like
the SEC is a gauntlet. Beating teams like Troy in the last second, and then like the BYU win was good. I'll give them that, but like other than that,
that's still 11 chances to lose versus 6.
I mean, yeah, I get it.
Like, dude, all these teams, I'm looking at here: Georgia, Iowa State, BYU, North Carolina, Northwestern. They all have played 8+ games. Like the only team on here that's ranked that has the same amount as Ohio State is USC at 5-1.
Yeah.
I forgot Oregon too at 4-2.
Yeah, but that's
Everybody else has played 8+ games. Like I don't know how you can justify putting them in when you have, like you said, like Texas A&M right there at 8-1. I guess they don't want to overload it with SEC, but like,
I
do
don't
it
think
make
it's SEC.
sense?
I think it's because of the loss that A&M has. Like that's the thing is you got to look at the
They lose
quality.
too.
They lost by like 40 points to Alabama.
Okay. Um.
And then like Indiana, they don't have their starting quarterback. They
When
lost
was
to
that?
Ohio State.
Wasn't that Georgia though that lost? I mean, it's not 40 points, but Georgia lost to Alabama.
Yeah, they lost by a lot.
14, 18, something like
They
that.
lost. They lost by a good amount to Alabama, and then they lost to Florida, who's a 3-loss team.
No, I'm not talking about this year. In past years.
Yeah.
And like it was like 14, 18 points, and they still got in that year that we had both of them. So it's like I feel like they're like moving the goalposts a little bit on like if they rank it that way, because then I mean Cincinnati. How do you tell them no? You don't get a shot when you're 9-0.
No, I agree with Cincinnati. Cincinnati got snubbed, but
Yeah, I mean, dude. I know this. This is why we go back to like you said. This I feel like this would have been the year for them to try the 8-team system. They had perfect amount of time to plan it out. Most seasons started late. They knew about the complaints last year. People could have they could have arranged it in a way for 8 teams. If you just take the top 8 teams, that's a good playoff system right there.
yeah, because I think you would you get like I think Florida's 8, so you'd have like an Alabama Florida rematch, which I feel like that was a good game.
So what I'm looking at on CBS Sports, the AP Top 25, it has Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame, Texas A&M, Cincinnati, Indiana, Oklahoma, Coastal Carolina, and Florida at 10, Georgia at 11.
Yeah, so the college football playoff poll is a little different.
Right.
I know like they voted. That was what was weird. The was it CFP rankings?
Yeah,
They
that's what
call
I'll
it.
have to.
That one is very interesting to me because like it's so different. Because I mean they have still the same like Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame, but then after that it just like it's so different. It goes A&M at 5, Oklahoma at 6, Florida at 7, Cincinnati at 8. So you'd have Alabama, Cincinnati, which okay,
Wait, which do you know which one you're looking? No,
college football
this is old
playoff.
one. Never mind. I looked at the old one. It was 19 to 22. I was like, yo, why do they have LSU up here? I was like, that's so strange. No, yeah, okay. So yeah, as you were saying, yeah, Florida 6. See, I don't
Because
know.
like everyone wants to say a 16 playoff, but at 16 playoff, you're looking at giving people a bye, and I just don't feel like that's fair.
Yeah, and I think you're still somebody's gonna get snubbed right there. When you do 8, it lets in that possible Cinderella team.
Dude, it's like basketball.
Exactly. You let in that possible Cinderella.
40 of those teams have no business being there, but they will
Correct.
upset somebody.
And I'm just like, if you at least make it 8, I do think some of those teams that like, and that's why I say this year would have been so good for it. Some of those teams that have played freaking 11, like Alabama with 11 and 12 games. You let those teams. I'm not mad at them getting a bye week. If you got teams in it like Ohio State, they have 6 games. Like, bro, we've played 4 more games than you, 5 more games than you. Like, I could see them giving them a week off, and then you go from there, blah blah blah. And I think if anything, it would generate more money too.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, there's a phrase that is so true, and this year proved it. It means more in the South.
Oh yeah.
College football means more in the South. Period.
All the Southern teams still played.
And that's the thing. So like, that's where it kind of gets iffy to me. Southern teams are never going to not play football. SEC started a month before everyone else. ACC too, but not like I feel like the ACC just did it because the SEC did. And
Big 12 did as well.
That's true. But I mean, that you got to think Texas, Oklahoma, those kind of schools, all those Texas schools, like that's still technically like the South, the way
Right,
they
right,
play,
yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
So I don't know. That's just kind of where the amount of games they play goes out the window to me, because the
Yeah,
SEC is always going to play more games. The ACC is always going to play more games. And 9 times out of 10, the Big 12 is as well.
yeah,
We all know
yeah.
how they are on the West Coast, softer than tissue paper, and then it's the same up north. So
Yeah, yeah. And well, see, I think when you get into like, well, I say the numbers do have to matter because like Ohio State, they're just trying to play keep up. They're
yeah,
trying to play like, hey, don't forget about us.
and
Hey, hey, us.
Ohio State was trying to play all season. It was
Right. And then
Big
that's
Ten.
and we talked about that with like the lawsuit and stuff, and I get that, but this is what I think. Though it may not have been their choice, somebody still has to suffer the consequences of the actions. So not only did those players get their season cut in half, tough titty. That's just how it goes.
Yeah,
Like, so you did not. I don't think they met the requirement to play ranked number 3. Like, bro, how? Like, I think isn't this their first appearance? This is their second appearance in the playoffs.
no, they've won one in the playoffs when they had Urban, and then they lost a couple, and then last year,
They
yeah,
they made it to the playoffs?
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the BCS.
No, they won. They were, I think, like second or third year of the playoffs, because they're usually always in it. It's kind of like Alabama, Clemson.
Ohio State?
Yeah,
Bro, no way. I don't think they've ever. Last year was their first appearance.
no, bro, they've won it. I promise.
I
So
know they won the BCS because that's when he did that whole I have a heart condition, I'm leaving, blah blah blah. I want to spend time with my family. The same exit he gave at Florida. But I don't know
so
about
the
them.
first so the first year of the playoff was Alabama, Oregon, Florida State, Ohio State. That was the first year.
First year of the playoffs.
Yeah, of the playoffs. And then the third year of the playoffs, it was Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Washington. And then
What are the? Where's this at, bro?
this is just facts, bro. This is just
Where's
facts.
this? I have Washington.
Yeah, bro.
So it's okay. So it started in 2015. Okay, yeah. Alabama played Ohio State in the Sugar Bowl in New Orleans, and Oregon played Florida State in the. I do not remember those games at all.
And then the next year was when we had Michigan State in it, and that was so dumb. Alabama beat them by like 50.
Yeah.
And then the next year it
So,
was the first year of Clemson, Ohio State. They played in Phoenix at the Fiesta Bowl, and then
so this is their third appearance.
this will be their fourth.
Ohio State's fourth appearance
Yeah,
since 2015. This is their fourth appearance.
yeah. So I mean, what is that? They've made it. They've not made it.
So they made it 20 in 5 years. They made it 4 times.
Yeah. So I guess
Wait, say
technically
those years.
so this,
2015.
this is 4 out of 6.
Okay, 2015.
So it's the 2014-15 season they made it.
Right.
2015-16 they did not. 2016-17 they were in. 2017-2018
Wait, who they play that year?
that was the year they played Clemson. They lost to Clemson in the Fiesta Bowl, and then
Okay.
Clemson played Alabama, because obviously Washington did not compete with Alabama. And
Right.
then the next year they did not make it. That was 2017-2018. That was the year we had Georgia and Alabama that played in the national championship. The year Oklahoma blew their lead.
Right.
And then the next year they didn't make it because we had Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, and Oklahoma.
Mhm.
And then last year Ohio State played Clemson, and then this year they
That's
played
right,
Clemson
that's right.
again.
Okay. Yeah.
So they
So-
played Clemson. This is their third straight time playing Clemson in the
Yeah,
playoff.
dude. I didn't realize. I didn't realize that the college football playoffs have been around. Going on 60 years.
Yeah, and see, and they won the first one. They beat Oregon 42-20 in 2014 for the national championship.
Just thinking on that though, somewhere I thought that they said that this would be a test for a 6-year system. I don't know where I read that at. I don't have any resources for that. That's just a random side note. Yeah. Okay. So Ohio State. So this is now their fourth appearance in 6 years.
Yeah.
and they've won it one time. It was the first year it happened.
Yeah, and then they've lost to Clemson twice.
Was that with BCS rankings, and then
No,
they switched to, or just straight?
that was the first year of straight up playoffs.
Okay, and then they've lost ever since.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, think about the Clemson teams they've had to play. Like last year, I think we both agree they should have won that game last year.
Yeah.
And then I mean,
one of those years they played Kelly Bryant, which I still think it's egregious that he's not in the NFL. Makes no sense to me. But go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I was saying, I mean, those Clemson teams are always stacked. I mean,
oh yeah.
I think a team even making the playoffs, it's not like Notre Dame who's going to lose by 40 again.
Nah, I think if it came down to if I was really hard pressed and they were like this year, especially if they were like who should be in Notre Dame or Ohio State, I'd be like, are you asking me this? Ohio State. Even though I don't think they have like the full qualifications, I would still take them because that it could be more of a game. But I just don't know how when you got people on that little cusp right there that have played that many games, proven themselves, and have a chance to get in. I just don't know how you say we're giving Ohio State the nod. That's my biggest thing. But I definitely think Ohio State should be in over Notre Dame.
Bro, there's a video. So we all know last time Notre Dame played Alabama, that was atrocious. Manti Te'o's fake girlfriend couldn't even make a tackle, and we were just like, oh well, this is terrible. So when they announced the college football playoff, there's a Notre Dame fan. I'm gonna play the audio from this video. This lady is like crying because they announced that Alabama has to play Notre Dame. So like they announce it, and she goes, oh, she said, "Oh my God."
She knew what was coming,
bro.
Yeah.
So like
bro.
Notre Dame knows like they don't want this. They don't want this. So, but it's crazy. They moved the game from California, which is the Rose Bowl, because they want to allow fans or anything. They moved it to Texas.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And I think it's a smart move.
Yeah, I mean, college football said, okay, California, you want to be California? We'll just go to Texas.
Exactly. And I think too. Well, like I told you, I see more teams pulling out. Because didn't Tennessee just pull out? They weren't playing like the.
Yeah, they were playing the Liberty Bowl versus West Virginia, but this is all like a part of their. I think everything I'm hearing around Knoxville is that it's a kind of a way of them pushing this coach out. So they're under investigation.
Well, I know they said that they had positive tests as well, so that's why they're not playing.
But Tennessee is notorious for being good at the end of the year and then winning their bowl game, and then the coach keeps their job, goes the next year.
Right.
This kind of sounds like they pulled out of this bowl game
just to get rid of him. Just
because now they're under investigation. If they find probable cause, they won't have to pay him to fire him. Like they don't have to pay the buyout, or at least not the full thing, because they'll probable cause to be able to get rid of him.
Right.
And then, but then they don't want to have like a chance to win the bowl game and like have like positive side. They want to keep everything kind of like negative, kind of under the rug, and then like, all right, now you're fired.
Right. Exactly. So, no, okay. Well, yeah. So I mean, I can see that, but like, so that's two teams that we know of that's pulling out.
There's a few that, I mean, the list just keeps going on and on of like some bowl games are like the bowl game itself is saying, hey, we're not having this bowl game this year.
Yeah. So at work, so we the Music City Bowl, like they have a schedule, but they were like, hey, just so you know, be prepared for it to be canceled. And they were like, so be prepared not to come in. So it's like, so yeah, I know it's a lot of talks to that. I don't know how teams I expect more teams to pull out because I don't know how teams can justify not playing a out of conference schedule, but playing an out of conference bowl game, as we said on here before. I don't see it. And I know that there's a lot of politics behind the scene that go into that as far as like people on campuses keeping their jobs. So, you know, like athletic directors, I'm sure they're probably in the crosshairs right now.
Yeah.
every decision they make, they're probably like, is this okay? Can I
Can
can I
I,
do this?
can I do this?
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So like, um, yeah. So I think all that stuff will kind of play a part. So I won't be surprised, like you said, more teams just kind of just follow suit, and then we're ending up with just like the big games at the end.
I agree.
I
Well,
don't see any of them pulling out, but I
no,
could be wrong.
I think the playoffs happen. I think the playoffs
Yeah.
definitely happen, but I think that's going to be the majority of it. I mean, we started bowl games on Monday. There was one, and then there's a few on Tuesday, and I mean, I think as the week goes on, we're going to see what happens. But I think some will play and some won't. But I think it's going to be based on where the games are located. Like I think these, like the bowl games in Texas, they'll play those. The bowl games in Florida, they'll play those. I mean, but like
So
I feel like,
basically, all the bowls that are located in the southeast.
yeah,
Other than that, like we won't have it.
uh,
Like even if it's like Southwest, I mean, there's quite a few bowl games that happen out there.
yeah. Well, I know like some of them, like I think it's like the New Mexico Bowl. They already canceled that. Um, so it's like those, and then like the ones up north. There's no way those happen.
No shot. Not
No.
even close. No, they would. I don't even know if they ever even considered having those. Um, yeah. So we're only left with just southeast.
Yeah.
I don't know. If they cancel, let's say hypothetically, what if they cancel the national championship? What do you think happens?
There's no way.
Well, what if you think? What do you think? How do you think there's a lot of backlash?
Oh, for sure. I think the 4 teams that are in it, I would be pissed. So, look, Alabama's in it. They don't care about
Right.
any of this stuff. Their coaches had COVID twice. They're done with this. They're
Yeah.
ready to go.
Exactly.
Dabo at Clemson gave his team herd immunity to be able to like get through this season. Like their whole entire team had it preseason. So it's
Did
like,
they really?
yeah, they had like 40 cases.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah.
And then Ohio State has been wanting to play all season.
Yeah.
Notre Dame is a bunch of Catholics. They don't care.
I did not say that. That was Drake Allen.
Bro, that's just facts.
Yeah.
They stormed the field after the Clemson game, you know, like
That is true. Yeah. That is true.
they had a packed stadium, storm the field, bro. They don't care. So it's like the 4 teams that are in it, I think, are just going to say like they're not going to be worried about it, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Because I mean, even Notre Dame said they want fans at the game. They don't want to play in an empty stadium. They want their families and everyone to be there to watch their kids get absolutely annihilated by Alabama. That's what they want. They want them to sit. They want them all that hard work they put in to just be wasted. That's what they want to see.
Oh my gosh, this game is going to be so one-sided. It's not even worth watching at this point. It's just
No.
kind of like, oh great, just let me know when Alabama and
Clemson play each other.
Clemson play. So I read a message at the same time. So pause it real fast. So yeah, that's really my thoughts on that with college football. I hope it happens, but I won't be surprised if it doesn't.
No, me neither. But I mean, 2020 it needs to stop with the surprises.
Yeah, it's such a weird year. Speaking on weird years, let's hop over here to. Did you see the Cleveland Indians? They're dropping their name.
Now the Cleveland baseball team. I'm just kidding, but they said they won't. They said they won't announce as like the Cleveland baseball team, so they're gonna actually have a mascot, unlike the Washington.
Oh, they are okay. So they're not gonna be like the Washington football team.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Everyone, Kansas City Chiefs better be next. You know, like if everyone's.
I see that coming for sure. Even though I guess that one's a little bit more ambiguous, but it's still like, I mean, you know what it's talking about though.
Exactly. So, and now everyone wants to be politically correct, so we're gonna have to change every team's name.
Yeah, it's gonna be something, one thing after another. And you know, for anybody that's listening, we're not trying to be insensitive or we're not trying to sound like just some dickheads. But like let's be honest for 2 seconds though. Like I mean, I know racial slurs, they exist. Trust me, I know they exist. And it's like, but I don't know, like, I know when people say like, okay, if somebody says that that's offensive,
Mhm.
then like believe them. Just let it be. That's cool. But I feel like in documentation they write out Indians.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know where that's like is it just because like they're calling a team that, like they're not actually referring like to the people,
I don't know.
like, you know
I
what I mean? Like
I
I don't.
I have no idea. I don't understand it. That's my thing.
Yeah, like I don't get that because I'm like, no, you see people really, they really say Indians in real life. They really write that down on stuff like the so and so, whether they say Native American Indians, blah blah blah. Like it's said, so it just confuses me as to why like I can get behind the Redskins thing.
Me
I
too.
get that one.
I get it.
Yeah, like I can see that. Like makes total sense. But the Indian part is just really kind of throwing me off though. And dude, if they did go for the Chiefs, then it would just kind of be like, okay, look, at some point it would almost seem to be kind of like overboard.
Mhm.
I don't know, and I know somebody may like get upset and be like, well, you can't tell me how to feel. I mean, yeah, but I don't know. It's such a weird.
But it's like, why is it a problem now? Like, why
Okay.
why 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 hasn't it been a problem? Like,
Yeah. And I know some people say I've just little stuff I've read, like little tweets and stuff, not like full on
yeah,
paid stuff. But people talk about like they're like because the people in charge controlled it for so long, and now people just aren't falling in line like with what's being said.
yeah. But I mean, I guess that makes sense. But I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like that's. I mean this in the nicest way possible, but I feel like that's like what's wrong with this generation. Like
What
everyone,
you mean?
like everyone's got to have an opinion, and their opinion has to be right.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
We've
no,
talked
and
about
nobody else can differ. Like we can't all be on the same page because if I feel a certain way and somebody else feels a different way, they have to be right,
it. Hmm.
and we can't compromise.
Yeah, exactly. You can't
Which
just
I
have
think is dumb.
an understanding. Yeah. Um, I do think that, yeah, I think that's kind of dumb. To just, if you have to, because everybody's opinion shouldn't be considered. And but
Exactly.
now I think if it is the Native Americans pushing hard for this, or saying like, hey, calling us Indians, calling a team the Indians is offensive to us as a people.
Then I think
I'm
you
like,
change it.
okay,
I think you
yeah,
change it at that point if
but
that's the situation.
yeah, but this sounds like them just pushing a no, we're woke, we're for the people type of agenda. Because
Yeah.
I haven't seen any like backing from like any type of Native American tribe or like anybody saying like, no, we appreciate them for doing that. We're pushing for this.
And
Oh,
then like if this is the case, what happens? Like Atlanta Braves. Atlanta Braves are
ex-
that's an innuendo. You know what that means. And then
exactly.
and
Well,
then
you see
Florida
what
State.
happened to Florida State. Did you say Florida State?
I said Florida State, but I didn't see what happened. No.
Oh yeah. Well, you remember they had that whole controversy just a couple of years ago because that guy runs out on a horse,
Yeah,
throws.
Chief Osceola.
Yeah, and they say like they had a controversy years ago about it. They were like, should this be stopped? So I guess that was kind of like at the beginning of this whole thing. They haven't changed it, but I feel like if they do that to the baseball team, that's coming, bro.
Yeah, I
Like
agree. That's why I said like Florida State, like the Seminoles. So
exactly. Like, and they name like a specific group, and is the guy that they name that's on the horse? Is he named after like a Seminole Indian?
I assume Chief Osceola is what his name is. So I
Okay.
mean, I'm
Probably.
assuming at this point.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I don't know where you cut the line off at. And I know people say, well, there's has been people saying this, like, well, you shouldn't involve like a race of people in those team names. But it's like, it's the next thing it'll be you can't name any animals because it's offensive. They didn't get to choose. It's just I don't know. I wouldn't be upset. I can only speak. I don't know how I feel. Never mind. I take that back.
Bro, but I feel like soon we're gonna have like the Atlanta Blue or the Nashville Red. Like
Mhm.
you just have to
Wait,
name something.
isn't there? There's a hockey team
The
called the
Blues.
Blue Notes,
Well,
right?
yeah, the Blues, the St.
The
Louis
Blues.
Blues. But I mean, it's
Okay.
based off like music, so it's
Right.
like
Yeah.
I get it, but at the same time, like that's gonna be like the only thing we can do at this point.
Right. It's I just if there was more like pushing behind from like how it was with the Redskins,
Yeah,
where like there was Native Americans really pushing for it. I could see that, but it just seems like this team just wants to do it. So
I agree.
yeah, I think it's silly.
But
Uh,
we'll see. I did this. They said that they're keeping their jerseys though, like the Cleveland jerseys and like color scheme, all that kind of stuff. So it sounds like what Washington did, keeping
yeah,
everything the
and
same.
just change the name.
Yeah,
Yeah, makes a whole lot of sense. They want to save money. That's what it
exactly.
is. Don't want to lose those sponsorships either. What else you want to get into, bro?
Man, what in the world is a stimulus check?
Oh, you mean that joke of a check? That oh my God. What is it? $600 you're about to receive?
Yeah.
And just
And listen, I'm grateful that I'm getting $600, but at the same
man,
time, what am I
no.
supposed to do with that? How many
No,
people?
dude, I'm not grateful that I'm getting $600. You know, I'm not grateful because, and I'm about to step on a soapbox here for just 2 seconds. I'm not grateful, bro, because there's people in other places that have been getting way more. If we're supposed to be the best country, the one that looks after their people the best, and don't get me wrong, I love America with all my heart. I am an American first. I'm all about America. But in return, you take away my opportunity to work,
Yep.
and then I don't need a handout. Just let me go to work. Like, I don't need you to put money in my pocket. I need you to allow me the opportunity to work, to earn an income and contribute to society like everybody else.
Yeah, and I feel like that's probably like the number one right that we have. You know, the ability to earn a living, like
Yeah. Like,
and you're taking
yo,
it away.
it's so, and don't throw me crumbs and say you're helping me.
Yeah.
Like, that's not help. And that's actually kind of interesting. I just said that because I was actually just thinking of. Did you see what I saw this guy tweet this? He said Nancy Pelosi said how that this stimulus check was significant. He said, but in 2018, Trump said $1,800 tax break was crumbs.
Yeah.
And it's like, he's like, so like, tell me, how does that make sense? No, great. Yeah. How does that make sense? Like, I guess two people can look at things different, but nah,
Dude, but just
everybody knows.
look at this. How many people pay $600 for rent? Not anybody, unless they have like college roommates. You know what I mean? Like that's it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
People pay like almost that for car
Even
payments.
even low income housing is still like what, like 400. I mean, Section 8 is a little bit different, but like those low income
Yeah.
apartments,
Yeah.
they're still 300-400, but that's not even including utilities and stuff yet. So
Exactly,
you're
bro.
right around that.
So, and that's the thing is like, I saw somebody say like landlords are complaining because their income's being cut and they're not able to get unemployment. And somebody said, yeah, because you don't have a job.
No,
So it's like,
you're supervising an area that you bought and people are paying you to have.
and that you chose not to live at and you chose to do this, you
Yeah,
know?
it's just like, and again, I think people need help.
Yeah, they need help, not $600. That's not going to do anything for them when they haven't received anything in 38 weeks.
Exactly, exactly, and that's what I was saying to dude. Me and my mama have some talks, and that's what I was saying the other day. I was like, I don't need you to shut everything down for 38 weeks. I think I said at the time 36, and then for you to turn around and say, hey, here's a little bit for that. What the hell happened to the other 36 weeks? Like what? Buddy, what if I would have lived in one of these places to where I wouldn't have been fortunate to at least work a couple of days?
Hmm.
Like, and you got to think at these places, these people have payrolls of multiple people. Well, okay, cool, you're giving them payroll protection, but so what? They're getting some of those people out of there. They're like, yo,
Yeah.
no, all y'all stand on this payroll, and then like we got to cut hours here because the business doesn't call for it in the service industry. It's just like it doesn't make sense that you made us go 36, 38 weeks with no help. I don't care about any unemployment, bro. I didn't I didn't need that. I don't want that.
No, I
What
want to
I
work.
want, huh?
I want to work. I want to have the ability to
Exactly.
provide for myself. I don't need,
Work, bro. Like, I
yeah.
want the opportunity to make myself better, make myself have a better opportunity with
Yep.
income. On top of that, um, we're fighting a virus so viciously that has a 99% recovery rate. 99%. So I was talking to, like I said, my mother today, and she said, um, 315,000 people have died. I said, yeah, out of how many? 9 million people.
Yep.
I said, oh, yet the flu just last year killed, what was it? 120,000 people, 130,000 people, like something like that, out of the like 5 million it infected, 4 or 5 million. That's a lot more vicious. And she said people were being selfish. She had a whole statement, but just a little thing. She said people were being a little bit selfish by still like going out. I said, Mom, you don't tell people that they're being selfish when they get the flu and they still go to work.
Yep.
Like you tell them, like you say, hey, well, stay away from me.
Yeah. Well, I understand you here. You got bills to pay.
Exactly. Like no, we don't shut down when there's a flu. Nope. We don't shut down the whole country.
You know what else we don't shut down for? For these cities that have thousands of people a year getting killed, homicide. These places that, bro.
Okay. Also, dude, I thought of this today. What about the homeless people? Nobody's out there checking in on them.
Nope, not giving.
Nobody's out there giving them a vaccine.
Nope.
Nobody's giving them any COVID tests. They're everywhere. Like it's whether that's their fault to be homeless or not. Pray for them or wish them the best. But when it comes to this, they're only attacking people that are making money. Like, dude, go help the people that cannot get to healthcare.
Literally.
Like, go help them. They are at higher risk of COVID-related symptoms and dying from it than I am sitting in a house where I can take a shower and wipe my butt and clean up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
They're on a corner all day, or they're in some alleyway all day, bro. Like, people spitting on the ground, pooping over here, touching this, eating off that. Like,
literally, people, like, when I was in Vegas, literally I went to In-N-Out, got my In-N-Out, couldn't sit inside, so I had to sit outside. And I was sitting there eating it, and I was like, man, I'm so grateful that I get to sit here, pay for this food, and eat what I bought. Because
exactly,
there was a homeless guy going trash can to trash can, arm deep, grabbing food. He saw something, he'd eat it, go to the next trash can.
And bro, like, exactly. It doesn't make sense. And I'm like, why would you attack the people that help contribute to your paycheck?
Literally.
Like, they're passing on these bills as money, but it's like, bro, that comes out of taxes. We're paying you to make good decisions. Then you guys want to feud and fight with each other. And
this is why they want to feud and fight because of who's in power, who's
exactly. And it's like, you talk about no minute for the people. No, you're not. You're saying screw the people. I care about my paycheck, and I want to show you how big my dick is. Watch this. Yeah. I'm gonna make them get in line. Like, that's all it is, bro. And it's like, at some point you gotta think about, hey, it's not about us right here. We're set, bro. Like, I'm making $200,000 a year in government. I'm set. I got healthcare covered. I can spend money here, there, go anywhere. I'm set. What about these people down here? Because me and my mom were kind of running through, like, the average incomes and medians and stuff. And in Tennessee, it's like 55,000 is the average just median for a person in a home. And then I'm saying, like, but as a household, I think it's 60-something thousand, 61,000. And I'm like, just take that in, bro. I made close to that last year, but I know how rough it is for me this year.
Yeah.
So it's like, I know some people out there they got kids, they got bills, multiple bills. They got some real issues that are on their neck right now that are like pressing. I don't care how much money you saved up. I don't care. Anybody that was in that range that saved up money
is gone.
They've had to tap into it. Absolutely. And it's like, now you're looking at those people and you're saying, like, hey man, I know you're really you want to get back out there, you want to work, but there's less than 0.1% of people dying right now. And we just really should care about every life. And you can't work right now, but I'll give you $600 in 38 weeks.
But it's also like, you're not giving the people the ability to make a decision for themselves.
Yeah, bro.
And like, I get it. Some people have bad immune systems. Like for me, like Christmas, like we're doing masks. It's a smaller group. We're wearing masks. My grandma was just in the hospital. So like we understand, like, We're not trying to get her sick. And like, it's at the same time, but like my family still chose to do Christmas.
Yeah. And I don't want this to sound like we're being inconsiderate for anybody that's
No,
listening.
but people have you want to have an opinion. How about you have an opinion for your own self and do what you want to do and allow us to make those decisions?
And also, that's how sickness works. I just want to point that out. People act like they don't know what. Every time you get sick, there is a percentage of dying. Whether it's the common cold, influenza, Ebola, it doesn't matter. Like, there is a percentage of you dying from symptoms of it. Why are we shutting down an entire country for something that it's, dude, I could really go on this for
and everywhere else is getting back to normal.
Bro, it just doesn't make sense. So I don't want it to sound like I'm being insensitive, but I'm just saying I cannot make sense of it. Yes, I get some people are dying, like we just talked about. Some people have pre-existing conditions. They got infected by this. The end result is it caused more strain on their system and they died. Okay, but you look at the science. How does it get better with the science? You can't have this standoff with time and say, hope everything works out. Because they don't even, like, when it comes to this vaccine, did you see today already, like in the UK, they're freaking out. They're sending out the vaccine, but they had another spike in cases because there's a new strain. And it's like, America already has 5 strains anyway. So it's like strands, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, that's how viruses work. They mutate. Like, and it's, but, and I get, like, you attack it a certain way. Dude, the core issue is, how many people is it killing? How can you contain it? What can you do that makes the most sense in your economy? Like, at some point, you gotta be like, there's no way America can be sustained on how we ran this year. We can't do this 2 years in a row.
We can't even do this another half a year.
Do you know how dude? And you know what they'll turn around and do? They'll turn around and tax us more. Or say we need this more because, hey, guys, we're all in it together. Everybody's here for. But you didn't listen to me when I said I wanted to go to work, or when 350 other million Americans said they wanted to go back to work. We were all fine with dying. We all accepted our fate. We just wanted to be able to live okay in the meantime.
We said if we go out like this, that's how we go out. But
exactly,
let's make some money.
I'd rather be comfortable dying than struggling, begging, and feeling down low, and then dying upset and pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just, it doesn't make sense, bro. They move the goalposts. Like I said, they're wishy-washy. They're here and there. That's why I love America so much, but I hate this 2-party system that we have that is so dominant.
Well, it's like a versus battle on Instagram. It's one versus the other, man. It's like, makes no sense.
And the loser is us. We're watching it.
Literally, like, and by us, the American people.
Every time. And it's like, whenever they get into a feud with each other, it's us. Like, because you know what? They still get their paycheck. Sure, they may not get reelected their next time around. Now they're in the private sector helping somebody else, or they're now a consultant on somebody else's team. And just so it's a revolving door for them. And here we are sitting here just, man, really wish I could really, have some help. Wish I could just do what I wanted to do. And it sucks so bad. And oh my God, dude, it just pisses me off.
No, I agree. But I mean, until America realizes that old white man politics is not the way to go.
Bro, go ahead.
I'm just saying,
bro,
the history is speaking for itself, and it's right in front of our face.
I have a deep dive into this, and I've said this on I don't know if I've ever said this to you. The Democratic Party confuses me so much on how they started off being the most diverse pool of options. We don't want the old white man. And it came down to 2 old white men.
Yeah.
What type of logic is that, bro?
Yep.
Like, now, and I'm all for who is the best candidate in the situation. I don't care if they're invisible or purple. Who's the best one? Who cares for the most for the person, like for the people? Who's going to put our best interest forward when it comes to in-country issues? Who's going to put, if we have to fight battles overseas or anywhere else, who's going to put our best foot forward? Who's going to make us look in control? Who's going to be in control? Who's not going to be wishy-washy, balled out? One day they say this, next day they do that. Who's going to be on it, bro? That's who I want in. That's the person that can play with both, like that can appeal to both sides. Also, there's certain agendas that they want to see follow through on, while also appealing to their party, while also going across the aisle to the other party. Like, bro, that's the person I want. And I feel like when the left, when they did all that hoopla and yelling from the get-go, and then they still came down to the end, and then in turn they gave you a little bit, oh, but on the side, we'll give you Kamala. That evil, man, I want to call her a C word so bad. Like, she is awful, dude. And it's just like, and I know some people, it's not right to call people that, so I didn't call her that. I don't agree with her policies. I think she is conniving. Sure, she's smart. She's great. I think if you just change some of her policies, just a tiny hair, she would be great. She could do some real good, bro, because her lawyer background, speaks. She chose to use her powers for bad and put people in jail that were innocent and choose to lock people away and be awful to people. She chose that. But she could have used those same attributes that she has and used them for good. It would have been just as effective. And now she wants to play this, hey, I'm a good person, guys. I appeal to every. No, shut up and go away. Like,
now she's being a politician, bro. That's the thing, is everyone wants to be a politician. And like, we can't, like, politicians can't be truthful. Like, they can't speak facts. They have to say what pleases their party's agenda.
And it's like, dude, I'm so over these people being like, they have more allegiance to their parties than they do to the people. And that's what I'm saying. This two-party system has such a stronghold, but you see it, bro. The left has, I don't know what they do to those people. Like, they make them buy in so hard to an idea, and they stick by it. They live by it. They die by it. It's so crazy. And it's like they would go to the ends of the earth preaching that agenda.
It's like, and it's like communism, socialism combined.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's, dude, they don't even, like, it's I'm not saying this is all left people, because not all leftist people fit into that left bubble agenda.
But we've seen it a lot this year.
Yeah. But dude, they openly, like, there's a lot of them that will openly contradict themselves and be okay with it, as long as it's not somebody within their party or within their agenda. If it's against somebody else, for instance, like, you can their whole thing, body shame, fat shame, sex shame, anybody else that's not in the Democratic Party. But as soon as you come there, oh, we don't do that here. You're being such a Nazi and a fascist, and oh, you're so, it's, dude, no. Like, at some point, what you're saying doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Nope. They're allowed to have opinions and they're allowed to say stuff, but nobody else can.
Yeah, and it's just, it gets me so fired up. Like, to just.
And I mean, I'll be very clear. Like, I'm not right, left. I'm not either.
Me either. I'm a moderate. Whatever makes the most sense at that time, that's what I will go with. Whatever has America in mind first, whatever has the people of America in mind first and helps us the most, that's what I'm going with. I don't care what color or what mascot you choose. I don't care about a donkey or an elephant. I don't care.
And then again, I don't care, like you said, invisible or what you say, invisible or purple.
Purple, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying, like, I don't care. Like, just do what you're supposed to do. Do your job
exactly. Do right by the people. We put you there hoping that you would help. You would make America take that next step to be better, to grow, to achieve what we always preaching. We're the best. Okay, now show me that we're the best. How, like, it's just, man, like.
Because right now, America can't even say. The only person that can say we the best is DJ Khaled. That's it.
Dude, it's just like, I just really feel like well, that's going to be a whole nother tangent because I saw this thing about people trying to stop capitalism today, yet they benefit from capitalism. It's just so stupid to me. Um, but like, I don't know if they realize the reason why we have social media and open platforms like this is because of capitalism. But anywho, I digress. I just think this sucks. That stimulus check sucks. Whoever passed it sucks. They can suck a fat one. Um, I I am not pleased. I'm not happy. I don't feel good about it. Also, that bill is 5,593 pages, and out of that, all those pages, they addressed us with $600. What the hell else is in there that you're trying to screw me over with later?
Mhm.
Like, I don't like it. I'm not for it. I'm not on board with it. It pisses me off, dude.
Yeah,
And
I'm
I'm
on the same page. I think we should have the ability to work. But I mean, if you're gonna force us to be in this situation, what does $600 do? That's my biggest question. You know?
if you're gonna screw me over, just let me pick the position and get a little bit of ointment. Like, don't just ram it in there and tell me to take it. Like, give me some options here at least, please. You still win in the end. You get what you want,
Yeah.
but just give me some options. It's probably a little vulgar, but but dude, that's just like because I feel like that's how it is with all these politicians right now. They're just yes, I'm gonna screw you over. I'm gonna screw you over. I'm gonna screw you over. I'm gonna screw you over.
Because they still get a paycheck.
Exactly, and you
And
gotta
a
take
fat
it.
one.
And it's like, no, no, let me choose how I'm taking it. So pause on all of that, but it's
Oh,
just
big facts on it though. Like that's how they're treating us.
yeah, like dang, bro, just give me some options here. Like, let me deal with my trauma how I want to. Don't just don't force it on me. God. Ah. All right, anyway, I'm off that
But
soapbox.
I mean, who knows? We don't know what's gonna happen with this thing. I hope it's not just like if you're gonna continue to put us in this position, give us more than one $600 stimulus check. Like you better make this every 2 weeks at
Bro,
least, every week. But
you know,
like,
I wouldn't even have been mad, bro. I know this is gonna sound stupid, or just a little bit. If they would have said for the next 4 months, the government is gonna issue $600,
yes,
I would have been like, cool. I see. I see. We got a certain amount of money we can work with.
yeah,
Y'all don't want to make us go into super duper 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 debt, even though we're already kind of there.
yeah.
But you don't want to add on to it. I get it. There's other things that we need to address as a country. There's other things that we need to do. And, help. You're trying to get everybody back, and you want to help in a way. 600, 4 months. I would have been like, all right, not the best, but I take it.
Yeah. Well, this is so. My biggest thing, like you mentioned, we're already in a lot of debt. We're never going to get out of this debt.
No,
Never.
no.
But like, what are we like? Trillions and trillions of dollars in debt.
Yeah, what is it? I think we're at 16.
So it's like
16 trillion.
adding,
I think.
adding all
Have you
this
seen
debt
the
and
ticket for it?
everything. Like, how are we even paying it? Are we paying? Like, I want to see those. I want to see those reports and statements
Of
of
how we're paying it.
yeah, because people are gonna say tax dollars. People are gonna say this, that, and the other. But it's like, are we even putting money towards this? I feel like we're just printing. We're just like printing money and just saying, all right, here's this more debt.
We need to start doubling up on payments so we can get this down.
The interest on this thing gotta be ridiculous.
Insane. Um,
Bro, give us a payment extension and give everyone a stimulus check.
as of October of 2020, the U.S. has reached a new high of $27 trillion in debt.
Wow.
I don't even know if can you pay that off.
No.
I don't know if you can you do that.
What is it? How many people live in America? That's the real question.
383 million. I looked it up today.
So what is that number divided by 383 million?
Bro, I don't even know. Does the calculator take that much? Doesn't even. No, bro. I think it only, at least on my phone, it only goes up to 270 million.
Million?
Yeah. Hold on, I have to turn it sideways. Let's see. Add some more zeros.
We gotta turn it sideways.
Wait, that's only billion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's add some more zeros. Yeah. So that should be million, billion, trillion. Okay, divided by 383 million. So I guess per person we owe $704,960 if
per
everybody
person.
paid it
Per person.
per person.
Yeah, we never paying off that debt.
I will say so. I was so just as I was looking this up right then.
Yeah.
It says so the public owes 74% of the current federal debt. The intergovernmental debt accounts for 26% of the debt, and the public includes foreign investors, foreign governments, and these two groups account for 30% of the debt.
Jeez.
So, look, but I ain't paying nobody $706,000.
No,
No, y'all on your own.
you put us here. You handle it.
No, man, I hope we get this sorted out soon because it is just really pissing me off.
So,
If you can't
so I
tell.
mean, the biggest thing here is we're ending 2020 with a $600 stimulus check. That literally shows us that we are about to go into 2021 and nothing is about to change.
Oh yeah, no, dude. At least, and if anything, I think this is just playing right into the Democrats' agenda of public health care. They're going to say, guys, this just shows you this is the time. We had the pandemic. We had
How much is that going to cost?
exactly. We had everybody getting sick. We need a national health care. No, you screw me over every chance you get.
Nope.
You're not going to screw over my life.
Literally.
No, thank you. Like, if I want to die, it will be on my terms, not yours. I digress.
But 27 trillion is a lot. Just wait till they give us health care. Because that's going to cost a lot of money that people don't understand.
Hell, dude. And think about it. You're okay. People always talk about, well, Canada does it. Canada does it. Have you ever talked to people in Canada? They hate the healthcare system.
Yes.
They say it costs so much. They pay so much in taxes. Okay, here's the thing.
But also, like, how many people live in Canada versus the U.S., you know?
Exactly. People also, they don't understand. When you pay taxes, it goes towards stuff that you use. Though you may not use it directly every day or all the time, it goes towards the quality of life. If you talk about healthcare, that costs more money. But then you cannot turn around and say at the same time, I want extremely low taxes.
Yep. No, you can't.
You can't ask for everything and then want to give out nothing.
And
That's
also,
not how that works.
Based on last year, Canada has literally the equivalent of the amount of people that live in California.
What a
37.59 million, according to 2019 records. So yeah,
they can do that.
One state healthcare.
Exactly.
In California, you can do it because everyone's leaving California anyway.
Anyway, like if you stay in California, you should get out of there. If you cannot understand why you should get out of there, you should talk to a professional because you have lost all your marbles.
Facts, but you also need to leave California and not bring the California BS with you to wherever.
Don't. God, no. Do not do that.
That's going to happen in Texas, bro. We're seeing all this big tech. We're seeing all these big companies that are moving. No, I mean, we talk about Elon Musk a lot, Tesla, all them. They pull it out of California, but all these other companies are pulling out of California and going to Texas. And now Texas is going to be the next California.
Mm-hmm. Well, you see, Austin was the starting place.
It's doing it now.
Remember, Austin was old
Houston,
Texas.
All those big cities are going to be next, bro.
Well, do you think you everybody knows how old school Austin used to be.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody is, and look how that flipped over the last 25 to 30 years.
Bro, look how it's changed in the last 10.
I'm telling you, dude, they're gonna try to do that to Texas, but I think the Texans will put up a fight, though. I don't think they're gonna go in there. You don't think they will?
I think
they will.
I think it's
got some ways about them.
They're gonna get overrun by people. Like that's the thing is like they almost voted blue for the first time since like the 70s or something.
Ever?
Like yeah, literally. And then like, bro, it's gonna be a Democratic state by the next election.
Well, look, unless they figure out, I know they won't take over East Texas. and they'll have a battle in the middle of Texas. And I'm just splitting it down. I'm not just saying like north and south.
Yeah.
If they go to West Texas, oh no, they might can have all that, but most of it's privatized though. So,
Yeah.
like you said, they're probably going to the cities, and we just gotta hope that people can hold on to that. Because just as of right now, I don't know about the future, what the future holds for the Democratic Party and the leftist agenda. But for right now, I cannot get on board with the leftist agenda. I cannot. And if they bring that into those cities, I hope those people stand firm, stand strong, and they don't let that happen.
Well, I mean, look at
That'd
Nashville.
be the worst thing to happen.
Look at Nashville.
Hell yeah! Look at doggone Nashville.
Listen, bro. What the last 5-6 years, they said like over 100 people a day moved there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we'll call it 100 a day. Out of those 100 a day, probably at least 70 to 80 of those 100 were from we'll call it liberal blue state or blue city, and then they brought that same garbage there.
Well, it started when they elected that mayor when he won the special runoff.
Mm-hmm.
And
but how did he win it? Because all those people ended up in Nashville and said, "That's what I want."
Dude, it's and it all. You know who I blame? What? Say that again.
I said they all came to that place and said, "Yes, I want this place to be a shithole like my last city, so I'm going to bring it all here."
Exactly, and that's what they don't seem to understand. They run away from crap, and they get to a place and they say, "Oh, it's crappy." It's you. You suck. Yeah, you suck.
You elected this. You brought.
Yes. Yeah, so I blame Mark Cuban and Justin Timberlake because they put this as one of the top places like to invest and to bring another team here. I do not think that there should be another team here.
Hell,
taxes are already getting outrageous, even though I don't even live in Nashville. We feel the overflow in Murfreesboro because it is awful. Traffic is already awful.
Look, that's the thing is every little suburb is going to go like Nashville is going to be like I would almost say like a Texas city. Or like it's a major city. Like don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's getting there.
But it's gonna be like it's like Atlanta at this point. Where
I was literally just about to say it's Atlanta Part 2.
Yes.
Everything that Atlanta has is starting to get. Everything that Atlanta does, it's starting to do. Mm-hmm. It's you know what's kind of funny? This is a tad bit racist, so brace yourself. So somebody said that Atlanta is black and Nashville is just the white Atlanta, and vice versa. And it's like. No, that's pretty true. I mean, it's pretty spot on.
That's how it is.
Yeah, like I mean, they have the same things in common. As you see, we're getting more designer malls, more fancy things. It's that and that. Dude, they saying it's so hard to find people that are actually from Nashville. People call them like they're like, oh, you're a unicorn if you say like you're from Nashville, and you're like,
listen, I was sitting at a roulette table in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Guy walks up, just looks like a douchebag. He's like throws his money on the table, whatever. He's just sitting there with his hat backwards and just like, and then one guy next to him like said like, "Where are you from?" He said Nashville, and I said, "Oh yeah, what part?" He said Music Row, and I literally looked at him and I just didn't say anything the rest of the time because I was like, "You are not from Nashville."
Yeah, Music Row.
Moved there like a month ago from Chicago. I was just tired of their shit, and I was just like. What?
So
he literally looked at me and said from Nashville and said, I said, what part? You said Music Row.
Exactly.
I about hit you with a guitar, bro.
Like, so you know that they're, so he's one of those people that pays all the money to say that they live on a Music Row.
Yeah.
Yeah, no real person lives there.
No.
Like, no real Nashville person lives there.
No.
Him saying that exposed himself of being, no, you're a tourist that now lives here. That's what it is.
Exactly. And that's everyone in Nashville, bro.
Exactly. Nobody in their right mind is living on Music Row.
But the thing is, like you said, you're feeling it, 40 miles or 35 miles away? So that's the thing. Is like
38 to be exact.
So I'm comparing it to Atlanta because you look at Nashville on a map, go 30, 40 miles on each direction, draw a circle around it, and that's everyone that is feeling the effects of that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dude, you know they say just up here on doggone Old Fort, you know where that is.
Yeah.
They say over 250,000 cars pass through there a day. A day. What in the hell is that? Like, Murfreesboro is not set up to be a major city or even a major suburb. It's set up to be a college town with a school in it with old money and people that have lived here for forever to be in it. That's what it's supposed to be. You buy some land here, you live on it, you go on with your life. It's not set up to be the overflow like how Franklin is.
Mm-hmm.
It's not set up for that, bro. And they're forcing it to be that.
Well,
And it's like,
again, another Atlanta comparison with it. It's just like, how many people do we know from Atlanta that we know from school? We're not gonna use names, but let's say like I'm from Atlanta and then they live in Kennesaw or they live in
facts,
Marietta.
man, facts. And you're like, no, that's
you don't live there, bro. But I get it. Now I'm starting to get it. Like, hey, I see you probably had the effects of Atlanta because you probably still dealt with the traffic, all those kind of like.
Or like how I hear people in Murfreesboro say all the time, they're from Nashville. Like to other people that don't live here, I'm like, no, you're not. You live in Murfreesboro and you drive to Nashville.
Yeah,
it's not the same county. It's not the same taxes. It's not the same people. Nothing is the same.
No.
It's not the same. You're not in Nashville. If you want Nashville, go down there. And then I'll see you in about 4 months when you get tired of paying for all that stuff. When you pay $2 for a water and you're paying $15 for a drink, I will see you right away. Like, no, dude, it's a tourist attraction now. So I don't even know how we got started on this rant, but
it's just because people from other cities, man.
I love.
Don't change. So they just go to a new place. They don't change. Like they bring the garbage with them and expect the garbage not to stink when it sits there for 6 months.
Exactly. Like, I love free enterprise. I love how Nashville is growing. I just don't want, like I said, that leftist idea to come with them. No, I don't want that anywhere close to us at all. Now, you know what? I don't know how. We would have to look this up. How long has Tennessee been red? It's probably been a long time, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't say as long. I don't think as long as like Texas, but I mean, it's up.
I say it's pretty close. I don't even know if they turned blue for Obama.
Ooh, that's a good question.
That is like, because I'm saying I don't know. I think Tennessee would probably hold the ground pretty good. I don't think they would let Nashville dictate. Even with Memphis, I mean, Memphis haven't even been able to dictate, and they were the largest city in the state for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm trying to find the Tennessee election results because in 2020 they were red, and then they have been. Yeah, I mean, you're right. They didn't change for even Obama. I show even in the 2000s. 2000 was the closest year. It was 51% red to 47% blue. That was the closest.
So Tennessee holds pretty strong red, and I'm not even saying that that's a good thing because again, I just gave you my rant on why I think two-party systems suck.
96 was the last time that it was
96. Okay, so close to 30 years.
So close. It's been blue 3 times since 76.
So yeah, like I said, yeah, they're gonna hold true.
Yeah,
and it's not even that I'm on this huge conservative right, red type line.
No, me neither. But I mean,
exactly. It's like, but right now, that's the closest agenda I can agree to than the blue. Like, if there was, dude, I wish Gary Johnson would have got a chance. He would have just settled down for 2 seconds. And I wish, what was it, Aleppo? I wish he would have just known about that when he was running, and that would have changed everything. Just to get that other voice in there, because that would have opened the door for more. Also, what is his name? Andrew Young for the Democratic Party?
I don't know.
Pretty sure. He had some great ideas. So there's some people out there that I agree with that don't just fall into this. I just think that we need more voices. We need people that can communicate with everybody.
And that's the thing. It's like they're out there. We're just choosing to push them to the side because they don't represent one side.
Because they can't be bought and they don't have any ties, and they're like, well, you can't be controlled, so we don't want you. Mm-hmm. Also, while we're on this, I don't want to miss this right here. So, have you seen what they're talking about with how Trump and Biden both got 270 electoral votes submitted?
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah, so it's they both achieved enough for 270. It wasn't exactly 270, it was
Yeah.
enough to reach over.
Oh, and that's the goal. I know, like 270s, they say is like the magic number to win.
Right, exactly. And it was all on Twitter, so people were say that again.
You're saying they both got it.
Yeah, they both achieved enough. Yeah,
Okay.
it's possible, but it hasn't ever. I don't think it's ever been done except for like one other time. So it's possible for both to get the magic number 270.
Yeah.
But I think one still edges out the other. Anyway, I don't know for sure, so nobody quote me on that. This is just me trying to recall off of memory that I don't know. But so that was all like a huge frenzy on Twitter for a couple of days.
Mhm.
And then people, they were talking about, they were like, no, there's no way this is true, blah, blah, blah. And so I was watching Louder with Crowder, and he has this lawyer guy on there, but he was just saying how like basically he was just explaining like how complex the voting system is. So at first I wasn't sure about how like just while we're on this topic of politics, I wasn't sure how like I felt about like the electoral college. I was like I know I don't want the popular vote, but I don't know if there's another option
Yeah.
other than the electoral college vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like this dude broke it down so well on there of how like the votes can go from like just because you put in the votes, then it goes to electoral college. There's like the special electors, and they have to seal these envelopes, send them in, blah blah blah. Just there's so many checks and balances that go into making sure, yes, this is what the people have said, and this is what we're saying. Double and triple check. But he said how Hillary had called for the abolishment of the electoral college, and I was like, that's right up her alley.
Yeah, because I mean, they didn't they win? Did they win the popular vote this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Democrats, I think they win the popular vote every year. Just
So
about.
yeah, it makes sense why they just want that option.
Yeah.
So I mean, I get it, but
exactly. But he was just breaking it down. And my thing was, I was like, he said if they both did achieve that, he went through like how they both could like, what's the next step? So then you go to like the electors and the special electors and how it's presented, and who gets to like decide how it's voted on in Congress and then in the Senate and so on and so forth. And I was just like, bro, America, they really thought it through. They wanted to make sure nobody could just overpower the system.
mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's why I go back to that point of how this ties in was, if there's a leftist person as powerful as Hillary that's trying to get rid of that system, I cannot agree with that agenda. Yeah. When I was hearing that video, dude, I was excited. I was like, hell yeah. At least I don't care if my guy won or not. I'm happy with the results because I know that's what was decided. Mm-hmm. It went through all these extra steps upon extra steps upon extra steps, and it got to this result. Great. Now we got to live with it. Take the next step. How do we go on here, making America better, making it greater, making it however? You know what I mean? And it's like, why would you ever want to do away with those type of checks and balances?
You just want the power. That's it. That's all they want.
Like, it doesn't even, like, you can't even logically put your head, like you said, just power.
It's because it puts them in a position to say, like, hey, we have this president, and then, it doesn't matter about performance at that point, because we see, I think we're going to see this probably for the next while, which is not uncommon, but we see, a Democratic president, then it goes to Republican, then it switches back, and it just goes back and forth because that's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, like, they just want it to be able to be they don't want to have any competition, basically.
Exactly.
Say, oh, we won popular vote. See you in 4 years. We'll do it again.
Exactly. And too, also they kind of like prey on the weak-minded. They're like, they won the popular. They should be the ones everyone voted them in. And it's like, no, dude, that's not how. There's a reason there's this electoral college. And we're not going to go into all that today, but it was refreshing to see like how he broke it down, because I thought I had a decent understanding of how politics works and how the electoral college works, but just seeing like from a lawyer that extra step where he was like, well, behind the curtains, this is this, that, and that, and I was just like, they have really thought of it all, bro. They really make sure like the people's voices are heard. Now, if we can only do for the people what the people want, we'll be in good business.
Yeah.
Uh, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Politics are crazy, and I feel like the thing here is just like everyone wants control. Like,
Yeah.
I know you had mentioned like even like social media stuff, talking about even Facebook, like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
trying to like basically be what are they?
You,
There's a lawsuit for them being like a monopoly.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I mean that's the thing. Like they're trying to buy everyone out. They're trying to run everything. Well, they own Instagram now. Is that because it's like
Yeah. So, well,
powered by
but
Facebook or
I,
whatever?
I got a question for you. Do you think the government should be involved in social media?
No, hell no. It's not their
I
position.
I agree, and I think that's a part of that's no. We don't need you.
That's telling a business, hey, don't be so good.
Exactly, and we don't need you censoring this. Apps are on the free market. Anybody can choose any app. There's other apps just like Facebook that people choose not to use.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, to go back to what you were saying, yes. So Facebook owns Instagram, and they also own WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
And so WhatsApp is the biggest messaging app in the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's used internationally because it's like a text message within your country, but it can be foreign or domestic.
Yeah.
So it's perfect. So Facebook capitalized on three big corners of the market, which is what people want to see with pictures, socializing, and talking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can communicate through WhatsApp. You can see what people are doing through Instagram, and then you can do both through Facebook.
Exactly. So it's like they're saying that they like cornered the market to where it's always in favor of them, and they're saying that like, but here's the thing: why would they not jump on it when they bought it?
No,
Facebook paid $19 billion for WhatsApp.
Jesus.
You have to submit that somewhere. It doesn't just come overnight. A deal like that doesn't just happen in 5 minutes.
They didn't just throw an envelope and say, "Hey, man, this is mine now. Here you go."
Exactly. Like that's talked about, discussed, arranged, presented to multiple people, brains, ideas. That is tossed around for a very long time. People don't just grab $19 billion and say, "Here you go."
And people don't just agree on $19 billion either.
Exactly. That's discussed.
You know,
Huh?
That's a long negotiation. That's
Absolutely,
several
dude.
business meetings. That's saying, what do we actually benefit for selling this?
Exactly. That you're talking about years. Like I wouldn't be surprised if they said, "No, it took us 7 to 8 years to negotiate this deal." I would say, that sounds about right. Like it's nobody. People don't want to just give up their ideas. First off, with whoever created WhatsApp, and nobody wants to just they don't want to buy something that's going to be crap in 4 years. Like they both want the relationship to work, and you're talking about $19 billion.
Yeah, man, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, so it's like and I think they bought Instagram for $3 billion. That's a lot of money. So like you're talking about again another thing that took a whole lot of time to discuss, to understand, to make sure we got the finite of the finite details hammered out, make sure everybody agrees upon these, and this is the next step as our companies are coming basically into one.
And just because I don't know, but I feel like they will be at some point. Are Google and Facebook do they work together?
Okay, I asked that same question. To my knowledge, I don't think so. No,
not yet, at least.
Right. I mean, they got to be tied in. They're both in in the Valley, San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of things together, but to my knowledge, so Zuckerberg is over Facebook. There's another guy that runs Google. I forgot his name.
Yeah, but I just feel like the way we're going, that's going to be a partnership we're going to see in the next 5 years, maybe even.
Only reason why I say no is because Google doesn't need Facebook. See, because Google's. But now I could see Facebook getting with somebody like Yahoo or Bing, or what's the other search engine? Another big search engine like that. Yeah. Now, I'm not saying that's out of the realm for them, not at all. Google doesn't need them. Google has apps already.
I don't think Facebook needs Google either.
Exactly. So but I do think even though Bing is up there, Bing probably wouldn't mind selling to Facebook.
That's fair.
If they throw them 19 billion on the table, I don't know if Bing is like, no, we're never.
Yahoo. I don't think Yahoo turns that down either.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I think they may be like, well, let us talk about it and we'll get back to you.
Yeah.
You know, like I think so. I really think that it comes down to like the timing of it. I don't think that's out of the realm for them though at all. But somebody, I forgot who said this, but someone said that Facebook owns like 90% of like all apps on phones, whether
Jeez.
that be like through a partnership or something like that. So I think that might be playing into this lawsuit as well. But it just shows you that like, and they said that this case can literally take years. They said it might be like 10 to 15 years before this is.
Well, they're gonna own so much in 10 to 15 years that's not even gonna be like relevant.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like
take what we have from this lawsuit, but now we've made this much more and
exactly
bought this much more in this time.
And that's just for the lawsuit to go through. And on top of that, let's say you have to win it. So it's a special counsel by our government through the Philippines or something like that. So it's like a special group that's investigating this. So they'll be spending the next 10 to 15 years on this. And it's like, let's say they still lose. They spend all of our money to do it.
That's a lot of time and a lot. So I mean, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and we're paying them with our taxes to be like, go after that, bro. Hell yeah, tell Facebook to break up. Like,
no,
they made so much by them. Mark Zuckerberg will be doggone almost 60 years old. He won't care. Like, he's like, so my kids only get a portion of what I created. Fine. Like,
you're gonna be hurting. Said no one ever.
My bad. Kind of. Anyway, so yeah, long and short, Mark Zuckerberg, I think he'll be fine. Facebook will be fine. It's pointless, but would you call them a monopoly?
Not yet.
I don't think so either. They just got in at a good time, and they became big in business. And yeah, I just think
that's how business works, man.
Exactly, especially on a free market. That's how it works.
Exactly.
Like,
but until Facebook owns like everything, like Twitter, Snapchat, LinkedIn,
exactly,
everything else, then we can talk about monopoly. But right now, they're not even off the first leg of the board yet. They just rolled the dice once. That's it. They
just have Instagram and WhatsApp, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know about that 90% one being confirmed. I just know about that.
Yeah. They got YouTube, or is that Google? Google's YouTube?
That's a really good question.
Because, I mean...
did they buy them out?
Yeah, because I know YouTube is powered by somebody, so...
Oh, yeah. Here, it popped up right here.
Google. They bought in 2000. Or they've had it since 2006. So, I mean,
dang, bro. You know who started Google? Started YouTube?
Nope.
3 former PayPal employees.
Dang.
Yeah. And so yeah, they
2005, and then sold for 1.8 billion in 2006.
Yeah. So yeah, Google owns YouTube. Like I said, yeah. As we said before, Google doesn't need.
That's where I could see them like doing a partnership though. Like, because a lot of people watch videos on Facebook, all those kind of things, and Facebook TV or like Facebook. I don't know what to call it, Facebook TV, because I don't think that's actually what it is. But it's like, like the Facebook.
I know what you're saying.
Like they have like and all those kind of things.
I think they already have like an understanding and some type of business deal, just because you can share to their platforms. Mm-hmm. You see a lot of creators on both platforms doing both. So I think they may be in business relations, especially since they're both in the same similar market. But I don't think that they have a deal together.
No, I don't think they do yet. I think they will, though. I think they could.
You think? You're jumping on the train early? You're calling it now?
Yeah, I think it's not a monopoly yet, but I think it could be.
Oh yeah, I think they very well could be. But yeah, I wouldn't call them one yet either, though.
Yeah, who knows? We'll see.
But yeah, well, let's do one more thing, one more topic before we get out of here. Um, let's go with all right. So Vlad, do you watch DJ Vlad?
A little bit, not too much. He always seemed like he doesn't
Corny,
belong. Yeah,
sketchy.
he doesn't belong, man.
Yeah. Okay. So yes. So the FBI confirmed that they do use Vlad's interviews for evidence. So
Bro,
for those of you that don't know, wait, say it again.
he's got to be on like some type of like protection outside of his house. As soon as they said FBI and using his interviews,
Oh
bro,
yeah,
the streets were hot. They were like, all right, let's go.
bro.
Vlad's
And, well, he talks about in his interview. She takes security everywhere he goes, just because of confrontations in the past. And he's like, I don't want to have any issues and blah 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 blah, whatever other nonsense he says. And see, and I used to be a fan of Vlad. It's just that like over the years, I do see like some of his questions that he asks people. Like you're like, yo, why would I get you're trying to get content, but don't press the issue after they say like, I don't really want to speak on that.
yeah.
Like he'll try to like wrap around to it or like make them say it in another way because he'll bring up something else that he'll know like it'll trigger him, especially like young kids.
Mhm.
Like and it's like, and so that it's not fair. I don't think so for the FBI to say that. People have been saying that Vlad is the feds for years.
And it's now confirmed.
Yeah, and that's confirmed. And you know what he did in turn, bro?
Mm.
He started uploading flashback videos of people calling him the feds.
Whoa.
Yes, bro. He said, all right, bet. And he started uploading videos. He's been putting out flashbacks over and over and over of saying he's been titling them people call Vlad the feds. People flashback when so and so calls Vlad the feds or
Oh,
calls.
that's so savage for him to be like, "What's up?"
Exactly. But he said, I am. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
And it's like, and people were saying like all the time, you shouldn't go on his platform. And now, I don't know if I would ever turn down an invitation to his platform. I also haven't ever done anything illegal. So I
Yeah,
feel like,
nothing that the feds are gonna be like, "All right, let's watch this interview."
yeah, you know what I mean? So like, but I do think it's weird though, because he's basically just a guy that's living out his fantasies. He has like this infatuation with like 90s rap, hip hop beefs and like gang fights. So that's what a lot of his stuff entails. And a lot of those people
turn it into the feds.
exactly, and a lot of those people in turn are also rappers. Now he had this little like mob thing that he was doing for a while, but again, another infatuation that a lot of people have. So it's like
That's wild, bro.
yeah, he's just taking advantage, I think, and it's starting to. Well, you would think it was coming around to bite him in the butt, but no, he just cruised right through it. So
For now, I think people will definitely like turn down interviews moving forward, though.
oh yeah, well, he's talking about it now. How people have his subscribers. This is so insignificant, but he dropped from like 5 million and something down to like 400. I mean 4.34 million.
That's
So
a lot,
great,
that's a lot of people though that you
still a
lose.
lot. Oh, you're saying a lot of people that left,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
yeah, obviously that's a lot of subscribers, but I mean that's a good amount of people that said, "All right, we're done with this."
Exactly. Right. And that's what I would say. I will watch because it somehow just pops up in my recommended. He does have like some good interviews.
And you just said it. That's why we've been talking about it, and your phone listening to you. That's
Oh
why.
yeah. That's it. No, but really, that is it.
Yeah, literally, that's it.
Yeah. And well, but on top of that, so like, but he does. I have to give him credit. He does have some great interviews on there.
Yeah,
And it's like, it's just when he throws in those little sucky ones of him trying to catch people up, where it's like, come on, bro. Like,
yeah.
and it just puts you in a weird spot. So Vlad is confirmed. He is the feds. Be careful what you say on there. And last but not least, or no, it might be least. Roddy Rich came home. I mean, not Roddy Rich. Roddy Rebel. That's what it is. So for those of you that don't,
it's about to be free Bobby Shmurda time.
oh yeah, it is. For those of you that don't know, Roddy Rebel is the friend that Bobby Shmurda took the extra years for. So I believe Roddy Rebel was supposed to serve 12, because it was something involving like another charge of like a shank or something like that. I'm not sure. And Bobby took those extra years because he said it was him that was in possession of it and blah blah blah. So it took like 4 years off, which allowed them to get out closer to time. So Roddy Rebel actually got to come home on good behavior early, and he served 85% of his sentence in the feds. But they said Bobby Shmurda's been in there doing some crazy stuff, fighting people, getting busy with the knife, and so yeah, so he has a little bit more time to go. But they said it's looking as if he'll come home right around April or so. Now, I have mixed feelings on this.
Bro, but if he's getting reckless, he might not make it home in April, and he might not make it out in general.
Right. Why don't you tell me how you feel on this? So, because all right, yes, I don't want to see anybody in jail, but if you're committing crimes, that's what comes with it. And they have a murder on there. I believe they got taken off, but it was different robberies and assaults and stuff. And it's like, I mean, sure, yeah, your music is dope, but it's like,
yeah, again, you got to be
what expense to society?
Yeah, you can't just be acting reckless and doing
Yeah.
like,
you know what I mean? It's just, yeah. So I don't know. I'm conflicted there because yeah, I don't want. I hope he learned his lesson. He gets out. He bounces back. He makes music, and he's good. He goes from there. And he only speaks on things that he previously knew about. He doesn't any longer know about.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, like, I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean those guys are so tapped in. I mean
he's gonna get out and he's gonna go straight back to the same circle he was in.
Right, and I don't know if you saw like Roddy Rebel's group of friends, like they bought him a Rolls Royce, and because he signed to Epic just like he was a part of the deal with Bobby Shmurda.
Yeah.
So they bought him a Rolls Royce, and then they gave him like $100,000, something like that in cash, something like that. Jeez. So he came out great, So yeah, I don't.
Bobby, I'm just using the the term that all these rappers use in their songs just because it's kind of catchy. But at the same time, I get it. Like if you're out there, you're not doing just because you make music doesn't mean you should be spared from having to serve time for committing crimes.
Right. No, exactly. Because
I mean, if anybody else did it, they'd be like, "Do you make music? Nope. All right, here's your sentence." They don't.
Exactly. Exactly. So you can't be excluded. I agree. And I just think I'm just hoping the best for them, and I just hope that they learn from their lessons, they get out of there, and now they can go on to stardom. So
gotta hope for the best though, because people throwing you a Rolls Royce and a $100K, like that's who you're probably gonna go right back to,
Yeah, to doing whatever. Well, I don't know if that's like off their advance money or if that's like money they earned from their songs while they were in there or what. No telling, but
bro, there's no telling where these people get their money from.
Yeah, if it came from their friends doing stuff out there, though. Yeah, don't take it. No. But that's all I got today, bro. You got anything else you want to talk about?
No, man. Just getting ready for the holidays, so.
Yeah. We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to any of you guys that celebrate any other type of holidays at this time. We are, 4 days out? 3 days out from Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, not even. I mean, we're at the end of Tuesday, so I mean,
we're
like close to 50 hours, 52 hours from Christmas.
We're right on top of it. So yeah, so
it doesn't feel like Christmas though, man.
You said what?
It doesn't even feel like Christmas.
It doesn't. It's weird. Like it doesn't feel like I don't have that same type of feeling that I normally have like in years past. It's really strange.
Very.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoy your holidays. I hope you enjoy your holidays too, bro.
Hey, you too.
You gotta.
So, are your family doing anything different or?
Not well. Just we're not meeting up.
Yeah.
So same thing that we did for Thanksgiving. We're just gonna just stay separate, FaceTime, something of that sort, Zoom.
But yeah, that's what we're doing. Similar to Thanksgiving, just smaller group, still meeting up, but it's a smaller group. But I did say, we are doing masks and all those kind of things. Just
Are you doing anything for New Year's?
I don't know. Being in Knoxville, Tennessee was supposed to play on New Year's, so like that would have been good money because we would have at least had people watching the game and all that kind of stuff. So that not happening now, I don't know what's going to happen, but I mean I'm probably going to try to work. just
Yeah.
because we're getting close to gift card season, so I'm trying to make money before everyone that doesn't want to pay to come out to eat but wants to come out to eat starts getting out.
Yep. 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 I know that also well. Did you? Another quick question. Did you see the Star of Bethlehem?
No,
It's still
so
out if you want to see it.
yeah, so that's probably what I'm going to do right now because I worked as soon as I got home from Vegas. I had 30 minutes to get ready for work and be at work, and then we had a work Christmas party afterwards. So um, I missed it last night. So
Damn. Okay. Yeah. No, I got a picture of it. It was really cool. It was really cool.
yeah, everyone's talking about it, so I'm definitely going to go see it. So
Yeah.
see what happens.
Okay, man. Well, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you all for listening. Thank you all for supporting us and hanging out with us. We really like doing this. We have a good time, I know. And so just please continue to interact with us and tune in to us every time. Check out our YouTube and also check us out on audio. I think it's uploaded pretty much everywhere now, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Podcast, we're there. So
So thank you all for that. That's all my closing. Anything you want to say, bro?
We'll get back to normal schedule for you guys. I know we kind of messed with you a little bit on the scheduling this.
Yeah.
We'll get back to normal and keep it normal and keep sharing this with your family. Again, you had Thanksgiving to share it with them. Now you got Christmas. We got some more content. You got a whole catalog now. Let them listen. Let them have some laughs like you did, and keep showing us love. But that's all we got, guys. Until next time.